collect the greatest prize of all.
On to the Wollongong Showground clash last Saturday between the Illawarra Steelers and the Canberra Raiders. Both these sides are showing much improved form in 87, and it looked as though it was going to be a tough one for the Steelers because Canberra, well, they were looking to a very classy backline to get them home.
This time they'll come the open side. Henjak now, that's Jackson. And Jackson got the ball back on the inside to Belcher. Belcher slipped the pass. It's been picked up by Henjak. Henjak for the line. And little fellow's still going. He's only a couple of metres away. Canberra right on the attack. Walters into dummy half. The pass has been knocked down. It should be 6 to go. It is. So Canberra with a good opportunity. They're only 6 metres away. They'll send it out this side as they do now through Meninga. Meninga goes on his own. Slips the pass back to Walters. On it goes to Coyne. And Coyne might have lost the ball. It's loose on the ground and Haddock has it for Illawarra.
Desperation stakes there for the Steelers. That was good play, especially by the young centre Jackson. Slipped the ball back inside to the fullback Belcher, and there we saw the clash, David. The man linking through from the fullback, and that's going to cause a lot of problems for the Steelers' defence.
And there Illawarra again finding touch. A little bit fortuitous perhaps from Dean Carney's boot, but good players. Well, he even shakes his head. I think that says it all, Steve-O. I think the cheers were there for the kick, but I think Dean Carney's more or less saying there was a lot of luck in that and there wasn't much intent.
Certainly was, David, and lucky for him, it came off the outside of his left boot.
I was just about to say good players often make their own luck, but I think he more or less told the story in the end that there was no luck in it. But his mum Arlene is watching in Fig Tree Hospital this afternoon, so I hope you're enjoying it. Lovely photo on the front page of the Illawarra Mercury today, and let's hope that Dean can put in a big one. If he keeps having a little bit of luck go his way like that, it'll certainly be a good afternoon. But the penalty goes against Illawarra. It's Canberra with the ball just outside the quarter line, and that's Todd taking it up. He slipped a lovely pass away. So Walters. Now this is the other forward in Backo, and Backo's going almost all the way. Strength, determination. He's there, is he or not? Try, I think. It is. Fair try. Sam Backo, the try scorer. It's 4-0.
Brilliant try, David. And this is what football's all about, running onto the ball at full speed. And the big guy, watch him come onto this. Express train, get out of my way. And they did. Now there you saw a defender there, and that was really bad play by Worthington. He didn't shape himself up, he held off, and the strength of this man takes and does the rest. Now you'll see this from the head-on shot. Now watch Worthington here. He hangs off, didn't want to know. Backo says, out of my way, I'm going in. And this is not going to stop this fella. Boy, oh boy, look at the strength. Try number 1.
Canberra have got the ball midway, half and quarter line, inside their own territory as Meninga has it now. And again, so easy does he seem to evade the defenders. McIndoe's made a bit of a mistake of that attempted take, but he did knock it backwards, and so at least the Illawarra still retain possession. Larder runs it back towards the halfway line.
He may have made a meal of it, McIndoe, but it was good positioning by the wingman. He realised that the kick was on, and he was running that right the way back in the right spot.
Carberry to get up and play the ball just inside Illawarra's territory. Bolt, away it goes to big Chris Walsh. His first season with Illawarra, moving down from St George this season. Bolt sends it away the short side. Now the pass has come out towards Carney. Carney's out of one. He's over the quarter line. Can he get his pass back to Kelly? Kelly's knocked it on, but I think it's going to be a forward pass anyway. I wasn't sure whether maybe even Ferguson's hand might have touched the ball between Carney's pass getting into the hands of Kelly, but obviously the referee said no.
Well, just a bit of inexperience here by Carney. Now, he's trying to tell to the wingman, come inside, but he left it a little bit too late. And Kelly should have been in a little bit earlier than that.
Ball goes into that scrum, and it's going to be a penalty against Haddock. I think he could have just about pinched both of them for not retiring that side, but he's got Haddock.
Well, they can get them nearly every scrum, David, but...
well, you can get hookers in every scrum.
What's wrong with hookers?
Plenty.
He penalised the halfback. It says in the rules they both have to retire back. He didn't, penalty.
And Kevin Roberts telling the Illawarra Steelers they've got to get back the 10 metres. Gee, that was a nice tackle. The referee's going to cook. He's off. He sent him off.
My word.
In fact, Todd has been sent off.
For using the elbow.
For using the elbow.
Well, this is quite explicit. The picture tells 1,000 words.
Well, there's no doubts about that. I saw Walsh, he didn't flinch, he just came up and took the man ball and all. And I was just about to say, what a good ball and all tackle. And it shows you how tough Chris Walsh is, because he took a very heavy knock. As you can see, he's a bit gingerly on his feet, but Todd has been banished for the remainder of the match, and he'll be in at the judiciary on Monday night. So Canberra now, they might be leading 6-0, but they've got their backs to the wall as they have the ball just inside Illawarra's territory, and taking it up this time is Walters. He's tackled 11 metres Illawarra's side of halfway. Now that's O'Sullivan going straight across the field, trying to link up out there with Fahey, which he does in the end. Fahey trying to get away from McIndoe. Back it goes to Henjak. Henjak down over the quarter line. The little man still going. He tried to get the pass back on the inside, and Larder's got it for Illawarra.
Well, a wasted chance there by the Canberra Raiders, but I've been very impressed with them, David. They're keeping this ball. Oh, dearie me.
And that's another mistake from Chris Whithall.
I was just about to say, David, they've kept this ball alive, Canberra, and they really are. It's going to be an exciting outfit at 87.
Well, that's two mistakes now that Chris has made almost in the same area. Dropped the ball twice, and certainly that is giving Canberra some great opportunities. Mal Meninga going on his own. Big Mal, can he get there on his own? Pops the pass up. Ferguson scores. Good football from Big Mal. Held it up originally, went through the gaping hole. He could have scored himself. He's such a big and strong man, but unselfishly gave the ball to Chicka Ferguson. It's 10-0.
Boy, oh boy, David, right out of the magician's hat, this one. Watch the beautiful dummy. He holds it up, a beautiful long ball from Henjak. Now you'd think that he's going to bring Belcher onto the ball. Whoops, there he goes. Now you see it, now you don't. And the big fella strides through. Now Carney goes low, he does the right thing, just gets his shirt. And the big fella could have gone on his own, did the right thing. Ferguson in the right spot at the right time. A good try. Oh, but what a dummy. Oh, there you see it, now you don't. And they say this guy's going to eventually finish up in the forwards. Not if he keeps going through like that. That's sheer skill and strength. Unorthodox pass over the top. Ferguson says, I'll do that all day.
And now we're about to see Mal Meninga try and convert the try. That's the touchline just behind him, so he's about 8 metres in from touch. Might only be 6. Moving in. There's the kick. It looks pretty good. Right off the boot, over the black dot. 2 more points to Canberra. And the Raiders have skipped away to lead by 12 points to 0, despite the fact that they've got Brent Todd sent off for that use of the elbow in the tackle involving Chris Walsh. Again, it's Haddock who has to do so much of that work in close to the ruck. Whithall gets the ball back to the quarter line. With the exception of that clean break made by Carney, who has the ball now. I can't remember another one made by Illawarra in the first half. And Carney's ball is collected comfortably by Ferguson, who scored the second try. Got his pass away from Belcher, and Belcher's in a bit of open space here. Belcher coming down to the quarter line. He's got O'Sullivan in support. O'Sullivan for the line, throws the pass back on the inside to Jackson, and Jackson will score a super try. Oh, have a look at this again. Absolute class.
Tremendous play. Now you see 5 players went for 1 man. That's where the try came from. Belcher took the ball, stepped inside. The forward's just waiting for him. Look at the speed of this guy, the fullback. Perfect positioning by O'Sullivan. And over he goes. Take your pick, Fahey or Jackson. Jackson says, give it to me. The banana boy goes in right underneath the post. Beautiful play by the wingman here, but 5 Illawarra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you see me, now you don't. Put on the pace, through the forwards, out of the way, Kevin. The referee says I'll oblige. Now look at the positioning of the halfback here. Beautiful play by O'Sullivan. Draws the man, over it goes. You won't get them any better or any easier than that.
Well, we're about to see Mal Meninga have his 3rd shot at goals of the afternoon. From right in front of the post, moves in, has no troubles with the extras, and so Canberra lead Illawarra by 18 points to 0. Screaming downfield, puts pressure on, and they've really come from offside positions. Haddock taking the ball down the centre as the second rower this time, Worthington, who seems to have recovered from that early knock. 10 metres inside Canberra's territory. Well, they're desperate at the moment, the Steelers. They work at the blind side to Upfield. Upfield, the little chip and chase. He's regathered. Clark comes back on the infield. Super try coming up to Steve Larder. Oh, that's a magnificent reply.
This is just what the doctor ordered. Good switch to the blind side. And you'll see here the lock forward, a beautiful little chip here. Now watch the inside flick pass. Uh-oh. And Larder come onto it like an express train, in for a beautiful try. That certainly lifts their spirits. I was just about to say that they have to keep the ball alive. Well, they certainly do it here. Good play by the lock, as I say. Now watch out for this little flick inside. He knows that Larder's there. Didn't have to look. Great football. And the fullback in for the Steelers' first try. And is this the road back?
So here comes Dean Carney, the chance to add the extras. Moves in, the kick is successful. And so they've registered 6 points, Illawarra. Canberra leading Illawarra by 18 points to 6. So we're about to put... There's Illawarra. Ball goes in, and now they've got another chance through Larder, and Larder's got them. He's up over the halfway. Ferguson coming across. Ferguson won't stop him. The ball comes off Ferguson, and Ferguson's got the ball. Well, the attempted pass was coming back on the inside for Kelly, who was backing up, and alas for Larder, the cupboard was bare.
Certainly was, David. There was no bones about it, because Larder really should have kept hold of this ball. The pass was never on. Now that was good play, good step. Look at the speed of the guy. Really put it on. But this is the point where he should never have tried. Henjak did the right thing. He put himself between the supporting player. He should have kept hold of it.
And now Meninga's made big inroads. That's a beautiful ball away to Belcher. Belcher's pass finds Ferguson. A good juggling it. He's going to keep the ball alive. He doesn't have to. Oh, this is vintage chicker. And they're in again, the Raiders. He showed more class than Pop Off the Clown that time. The way he juggled that ball, but again, it was Meninga who caused all of the early thrust and the perfect ball to Belcher, who timed his pass to perfection, and Ferguson did the rest.
Sheer class, sheer quality, but it's a beautiful ball here that sets Meninga through. Jackson puts him through the gap. The strength does all the rest. On to Belcher. That's beautiful linking from the full-back. Not the best of passes. Juggle it, turn it inside out. Now then, this is where the babies start coming in. One dummy, and oops, now you see me, now you don't. And Steve Larder, the hero just seconds before, making that great break, made a poor attempt.
So Meninga now with the chance to add the extras from almost in front. And that might be just about curtains for Illawarra, Steve-O. 22 points to 6. If Illawarra had been able to score first in the second half, well, they had a big chance to come back. But here's Meninga's kick, and it looks pretty good, and it's 2 more points. So he's got 4 out of 4, Big Mal, today. He's had a blinder to boot, both in general play with his kicking and magnificent running. He's been very much involved in setting up 2 of Canberra's tries. It's 24 points to 6. And they've found it, so they've got to try and put the pressure on from only a few metres out. And now taking it down the centre, Illawarra get within about 4 metres of that Canberra line. They need some points quickly. Haddock holds the pass up. That's Hetherington. Hetherington can't get through that Canberra defence. He's 9 metres away. Carney into dummy half. Carney goes on his own, down the blind side. He gets within about 5 metres. Upfield holds the pass up for Worthington, and he'll score! Worthington is in, and so the Illawarra Steelers have hit back. That's probably the softest try of the day, but the most important one so far for Illawarra.
Well, that'll certainly confuse the footy tub punters there. 24 points to 10, kick to come right in front. This beautiful play. A good play by the lock forward, switches the ball inside, and there you see Worthington going in for a well-deserved try. Things haven't gone their way. Notice the little flick, and this for once, the Canberra defence was stretched. The hooker went the wrong way and realised too late.
And he should convert the try, which he does, and so there's only 12 points in it again. Canberra leading Illawarra by 24 points to 12. And the point I was about to make is that 2 inside passes from the very talented lock forward Paul Upfield have been the final passes for Illawarra's 2 tries.
Yes, good play, and if there is any star on the Illawarra side, I suppose you'd have to point to the lock forward Upfield. He at least is trying things. But once again, David, it's been left up to individuality rather than teamwork.
He's a very gifted footballer, Paul Upfield, and it's Jeff Hardy, the 5'8", who brings the ball out. Took that well and confidently in the in-goal area. They've got to go on with it now, Illawarra. Getting the ball out wide now is McIndoe. He's coming off the wing looking for a bit of work to do. I noticed Hetherington was out on the wing during that movement. McIndoe's got the ball back. He's offloaded it to Larder. Larder will have Hetherington on the inside in support. That's Hetherington. He just couldn't quite get the quick pass back to McIndoe. McIndoe's got it now. But that movement just broke down and then he's lost the ball. Well, as you said before, Lady Luck just not smiling on the Illawarra Steelers. Good football, good linking up the blind side that time. And have a look at this again.
Certainly good play. And there we see the baller get out wide. Now, good run by Larder. Very, very strong and got the ball back inside. Now, Hetherington did well here. He's not held down, gets himself and keeps the ball alive, but to no avail. The poor wingman, McIndoe, finally loses the ball. Looking for the pass, really, when he should have held on.
Actually, if Larder could have used quick hands back to Hetherington onto McIndoe and they first crossed the halfway line, it could have been very interesting, but they just slightly overran the pass. Let's go down to the sideline and see what it looked from right in front of Ian Hansen.
Tremendous, David. It was really was a fantastic tackle from Ashley Gilbert, and the expression on that man's face when he was chasing Larder downfield showed the commitment that this Canberra team's got.
Well, now we see a penalty go against O'Sullivan for an incorrect feed.
Couldn't agree with you more, Hansel, there. I really feel that the introduction of Wayne Bennett come down as assistant coach to Ferner has really helped them. I've never seen a Canberra side look so as enthusiastic, and in fact, I've never really seen a side from Canberra that kept the ball alive as well.
And Gilbert's one of the new faces in this team this week too. They dropped Regan and also one of the other players, and he's got a holy spot in this team. He's doing the right thing to do it.
So Chris Walsh now with the ball for Illawarra, and they've got a chance to get right back into this game as Whithall goes the blind side. Whithall still going. He's only about 6 or 7 metres out. That's the try line you can see there where Kevin Roberts, the referee, is standing. Worthington, pass goes to McIndoe. It's gone loose. It's gathered up by Upfield, and Upfield, the lock forward, is within about 7 or 8 metres of the line. Going from dummy half. Worthington looking for his second. He's going to be held up. Well, he got over the line, but of course he had 5 Raiders there preventing him from getting the ball down. And now Illawarra, after they've lost the scrum, have given a penalty away. Again, a silly penalty for affecting a second tackle. And Meninga will certainly take his time and tell the Canberra Raiders to settle down. He'll kick for touch. Now a replacement coming to the sideline for the Steelers. It may be Graham Bradley. I think that Ian Hansen will certainly be able to qualify that. I'm certain it's Graham Bradley. Let's go down and find out from Ian Hansen.
Certainly is Graham Bradley, and I believe it's Steve Worthington, the try scorer, who eventually succumbed to that knock in the first half. He's been replaced.
Well, he's been in the wars as Worthington. He's certainly lifted his game in the second half. He'll be disappointed to leave the field. It's obviously injury to the shoulder, I feel.
O'Sullivan kicking for touch, and that's pinpoint accuracy, and he'll find it only 17 metres away from the line.
I said earlier, David, that's the type of tactics that the Raiders have to use. Of course, they were leading at that point. There you see, giving himself plenty of time, and there's the open spaces. Wingman failing to drop back. Just a lacking concentration once again by the Steelers.
Into that scrum, and they've won one against the head. O'Sullivan gets it away the open side. Henjak, the Belcher up on the line. Jackson, he thought about throwing the pass, a little pirouette. He's been overrun initially by Meninga. He's only 10 metres away. The ball's gone from O'Sullivan out to Belcher again. Belcher back on the inside comes Lance, and Lance has got within about 7 or 8 metres of the line. This is Canberra's chance to seal the match. The ball goes away again towards Jackson. Jackson's got his pass away there, but his knee knocked on. Illawarra have got the ball. And Haddock has it only 8 metres away. They live again, the Steelers. Out wide, the ball comes to McIndoe. McIndoe trying to get away. Flipped his pass to Whithall. Chris Whithall, good run from the prop forward. Up over the quarter line. And McIndoe is down in some pain, only about 10 metres out from his own line. I think he's done, he's certainly injured over there. He's in agony.
Yes, he twisted badly when Fahey tackled him, and I hope it's not the knee. He's in a lot of pain. The Steelers rushing out a substitute straight away.
Yes, and you can see that there's someone, they're going to take him straight off. Certainly, what bad luck for McIndoe. Gee, I hope it's not serious, because if ever there's a young man that deserves an Aussie jersey or a chance to wear one, it's this fellow.
In a lot of pain, David.
It looks to be a knee injury, Alan McIndoe, but the Raiders are on the attack here. O'Sullivan back in amongst the forwards. He slipped it away to Ferguson, and Ferguson, very wiry and very strong. They're only 18 metres away here, the Raiders, as Walters sends it away again to O'Sullivan. Now taking it up as the prop forward, and getting within about 12 metres of the line there is Backo. I'll send it back the open side. O'Sullivan has another shot at field goal, and that one again has gone through the post. Another one for O'Sullivan. So it's 25 points to 12, and that might be just enough. That 13 points buffer zone, that means they have to score 3 times Illawarra, and that might seal their fate.
Good thinking by the halfback. Took his opportunity well. 25-12 cut out point.
Here comes Whithall. They're just going one out at the moment. You can even hear some of the spectators in the background from the Steelers camp getting very frustrated with their side's performance. Last tackle and they've lost the ball, and Jackson's got it for Canberra, and so the Raiders are on the attack again. They're only about 17 metres out. Ferguson with the ball. Ferguson, he's evaded one. He's got within 11 metres. What a mighty footballer he's been over the years, John Ferguson. He's down injured too. He's injured his right knee, I think. I remember John Ferguson the first time I ever saw him, actually. Mike was playing for Glen Innes against South Grafton at McKittrick Park one afternoon, and I've never seen so many people roll up in a country town just to watch a trial game.
Good Todd as well, Glen Innes.
Well, it was a Grafton, this one.
I didn't realise you were that old, David.
Well,
a few years ago. Here you see, this is how he's run straight into the big fella, Chris Walsh and Whithall. And with Whithall coming down on top of you, I'm not surprised he's caught an injury there.
Well, let's hope this injury to John Ferguson isn't serious. When he first went down, it didn't look all that bad, Mike, but obviously when the trainer got out there, he seemed fairly intent on coming off. So if it is a twisted knee or something, you're better off coming off and ensuring that you get the ice onto it immediately, or the treatment starting. So here's another replacement coming on now for Canberra. And now the ball out wide from Jackson. He got that ball away, and look at the magnificent positioning of Belcher away. It goes to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan for the post, throws the ball back towards the youngster, and Young will score. Paul Young has scored the try.
Well, not a bad opening gambit for this young kid. He did a little bit of a juggling act. With the nerves, he realised that all he had to do was catch the ball and score the try. This really was good play again by the Raiders. They've really impressed me, David. They kept the ball out wide in a beautiful pass, unseen from Jackson. And as I was mentioning, he's got tremendous time in this fullback. And as ever, O'Sullivan in support. He took away the defence, and the youngster said, oh. You'll remember that one. Beautiful ball. There you see Jackson. You realise that Belcher was coming through. That's having confidence in your players. Beautiful play. O'Sullivan on hand. Notice how he takes away. He pulls the defence to him. There you see the Steelers. No one at home. The youngster says, juggle, but I'll remember that.
Believe it or not, that boy was discovered in the park last year, halfway through the season. That's his first ever try in first grade.
Now Illawarra with a chance to try and add some late points. Kissell, the run round with Haddock. The ball goes back towards Hardy, who's in the centres at this stage. Kissell goes the blind side. He's going to try and link up with Bradley, which he does. Bradley coming down to the quarter line. He's got a pass away. Coming back on the inside is Saunders, and Saunders will score. A belated effort, but Illawarra are in for another 4-pointer.
And well deserved, David. They threw the ball out wide. Remember, Canberra, they realise this game is all over. With full credit to the Steelers, at least they're keeping the ball out wide. This is one of the few occasions where they created something. Good run from the dummy half position. Then the ball goes out wide. And a beautiful dummy. It looked as though it was going to come inside. And there we see Bellamy and Owen Saunders going in for a well-deserved try. Consolation here. But this is one of the few. Now we see Kissell go across a beautiful long ball. And Bradley, watch Bradley. He does well here. Looks as though the ball's going to go inside. Slips it out. Good play by the winger. And Saunders scoots away, not a person in front of him, and a good consolation try.
Owen Saunders, tremendous try. He was one of the players who sparked the comeback for the Steelers in reserve grade, but it's a bit too late today.
There's the attempted conversion from Larder, and it doesn't really even reach the goalpost. He really did muff that. And so the score, 29 points to 16.